'66 live. I love it. Sorry, you guys. A little pre-show action, backstage pre-show action. Took a little bit of extra time, but we got it figured out, and we are ready to rock every Friday night. I'm here with the one and only Ben Stein and my boy Richie, aka Popcorn Culture. Make sure you guys sub up. Richie, over 600 subs. Let's get him to 1K ASAP. All right, you guys ready to do this? You guys know how we do it. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. That helps us out in the analytics. Excuse me. What's going on, guys?
Nothing. What's up with you?
I'm feeling it tonight, bro. I'm feeling it tonight. I'm ready to rock. I hope you guys like the new little disco lights going on in the background. My parents hooked it up with a badass little spaceman, as you guys can see behind me. So we're trying that out tonight.
That's awesome.
We got the almost 10, the thing that everybody loves. I see a lot of good community members in the chat. Make sure you guys sub up if you're not subbed up.
Yeah, I will say this: the almost 10 is way better this week than the actual. Well, other than half, I would say half the books on the hot 10 are good. The rest of them I could care less about. The almost 10 is much better this week.
Yeah, it's terrific. It's absolutely amazing. Like it always is. It is in my favorite part of the show. There's nothing better than finding out about new books, and the only thing that's close to it is telling people about new books, right? Showing people.
And this is the original Hot 10, not the regular Hot 10 by my boy up here and Beyond Wednesdays, almost 10. This guy over here, or whatever.
It's a good week, you guys. Again, hit that thumbs up button. That really helps us in the algorithm. Make sure you guys hang out for the regular part of the show. Of course, we love the one and only Hot 10. Or almost 10.
I was like, well, we'll just let it slide.
Bryan is on effing fire.
I am. I'm feeling it tonight.
With the nebula in the back.
It's all good vibes the rest of the night, though, right?
It is. That's what I'm saying. A Scotty Young cover to start off the almost 10. This is a nice one. I have never seen this one. This is new to me. Rumble.
Number 14. Yeah, it was completely new. I had no idea he did a Rumble cover. Did you know that, Richie?
No, not at all.
I had no idea.
2016 too.
Yeah, I mean, I remember reading like the first couple issues of Rumble, and then I don't even know what it made it to, but
cool cover.
It is. I didn't know Scotty Young did one, but this sold for $35 this week, so it's just a B cover. So nice. I never even checked the Rumble runs because I could care less about Rumble, but now I'm gonna have to try and find the Scotty Young.
Yeah,
kind of gives me a Dr. Seuss-y kind of vibe.
Yes,
right? Like the Lorax or something like that.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a cool book. Not as cool as this next one though. I love it when a little furry action starts off the show. We got a good one here, you guys. This is one to really look for right here. I bet you never even seen this one. Rare Breed #1. And it's you think the cover blows you away. Wait until you hear how much it sells for.
Yeah, first of all, this is no offense to anybody. This is just odd. I'm just gonna say it's odd. I mean, it's really strange, but okay.
Look at that word bubble, bro.
What does it say? I can't even read it. It's so small.
I don't want to read it.
Is that a punk rock zebra with huge tickle bitties? It is, huh? Wow.
Yeah. Wages of Sin Publishing.
Yeah, anyway, this actually had 2 sales this week. 375 and 450. Oh, righteous flipper, you know you've got this one. Come on, you're 1 for 2. Come on.
That's a good one, dude. That's really good. And remember, I bring it up every time the furries show up. The first Kachu and what's the other girl's name from Terry Moore?
From Strangers in Paradise, you mean?
Yeah, from Strangers in Paradise. Kachu and I forget the other one's names. Their first time they ever showed up in a comic was as furries in a furry book. So be on the lookout for that.
I tell you guys, do not sleep on Bryan McClay. The guy is a freaking walking encyclopedia when it comes to comics, especially ghost comics.
Especially the weird shit. This one, next one is
you know Brian's got that book too. Come on.
Yeah. This one is an amazing book right here. And if you're lucky, you have this. If you're extra lucky, you have it signed by Michael Turner because he signed a bunch of them and they look beautiful signed. Aspen #1, the Wizard World East variant. Gorgeous Michael Turner cover.
Yeah, set an all-time high this week. CGC 9.8 blue label, not a yellow, blue label for $550.
Yeah,
so
that's beautiful. I remember Fathom when it was first coming out, man, it was so hot. I remember it showing up in every single magazine twice over before that first issue came out. There were so many little preview magazines and everything for that. And they're all still cool to collect. You can find them in old school Wizard magazines.
You know, it's weird when you start nobody's like an Aspen collector anymore or anything like that. But I tell you what, if you look through some of the variants that they have, they've got several artists that are really good. I know a lot of the Siome covers are great. There's a lot of Joe Benitez covers that are really good. These are just beside the Michael Turners. But there are some really good covers in there, and I'm surprised just for the covers alone that people, that you can pick up some of those pretty cheap.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, next on the, how much did you say this is selling for?
CGC 9.8 sold for $550.
Not bad. That's not signed. I wonder how much the signed one sell for. All right, next, gotta love this one. I feel like we've talked about this one recently. The Illustrated Owl.
What was
this? Is
like an homage or something, right? To this.
Yeah, this is to that famous painting, right? That's a gorgeous cover, and it's Weird Al Yankovic. I mean, it's amazing.
This just came out just a few weeks ago. I mean, it's
got a 25th. We talked about it on FOC or on Simple Man's Comics, one of the two.
Yeah. So this was a local comic shop day cover, and
your favorite for first appearance.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's got a $30 cover price on it. So it's not like it's selling for huge. It's selling for like $35. But this is just one of those. I mean, I'm a kid from the '80s, so Weird Al was like super, super huge in the '80s. And the fact that he's still even around is just hilarious. But this is kind of a funny cover.
It's got a $29.99 price tag, but it's got 20 plus classic songs interpreted by a bunch of really famous comic artists, so and regular artists too. So check it out.
I think they lined it up. I'm pretty sure they lined it up to where the release of that Weird Al movie that came out around Christmas with the dude that plays Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. This next, how much was this? You said it was selling for about $35, so about cover price. Yeah,
a little bit above cover.
Yeah. All right. This next one is actually really badass, and I'm glad I saw it tonight for the first time here on the Almost 10. Bad Planet, #1 right here. This is
number 6.
Number 6. Sorry, number 6.
No, this is number 1, but it's number.
You wanted
6.
number 6. All right. Well, #1's badass too. Let me find number 6. Jesus, Stein, I'm all over the place.
Hey, man, this is what happens when I send you things late.
Yeah.
Actually, although I think I did send you the Almost 10 actually early tonight. Yeah. Man, everybody's 0 for 5. Of course, I'm 0 for 5 as well. So Actually, let me look and see what I've got for this entire list. Do I have any of these books? Nope. I'm 0 for 22 on tonight's list. So just so you guys are aware, I'm just going to go ahead and mark it down. 0 for 22.
Yeah, not bad, brother.
And you will see why number 6 is going to be the one that I'm talking about.
There we go.
Because look who the little signature is.
Oh, wow. Dave Stevens.
Dave Stevens cover.
Wow, dude. I've never seen this one. That's even better.
Yep, Dave Stevens. So that's why people are wanting this. This is a $50 book. So
You know who it's written by? It's written by Thomas Jane, the Punisher guy, I think. It says it, Thomas Jane, right there. Is it the same Thomas Jane?
That's a good question. Like the dude from like that HBO show?
Yeah, the guy that played the Punisher.
No, but yeah, the crappy Punisher. But
the Warzone one.
Yeah, well, that's not the crappy Punisher. I think the Dolph Lundgren is more crappy than that.
I like the one in 2004. I thought that one was pretty good before Bernthal.
Yeah. So that's a cool find right there. That's Dave Stevens. I wonder, do you think it was when was that put out? That has to be like a. He looks like he drew that a long time ago.
Maybe a little earlier. That image sign looks like it's at least 5 to 10 years old.
Right?
Yeah.
He'd have been dead by then. Believe that it was his last cover, says Three Rivers Comics.
Oh.
Dave Stevens' final cover. Wow, the chat coming through tonight. Look at that. That's badass.
See,
that makes that even cooler.
We're all the dummies who didn't know about it.
You know what, you guys? That is one of the coolest finds of the Almost 10 yet. And not only that, we are going to add that to the Beyond Wednesdays creator first list for a creator final list. So let's go find Dave Stevens.
Oh gosh, man, you're gonna start a final list? Holy cow, that's gonna be. You're gonna have to wait for everybody to die.
Yeah, I know, right? If you guys don't know about this, you guys, this is I'll post it in the description.
This has been Brian's idea since I met him almost 4 years ago.
This is pretty cool, man.
To do this for a long time.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, Brian. It's a great idea.
Number 6. Boom. Save that up. If you guys ever want to check it out, here you guys go.
Is that Longshore, Ben?
Yeah.
What up, Longshore?
Yeah.
There you guys go. Go comment away if you guys want to update it as we go. It's a living document. Bad Planet number 6, final Dave Stevens cover on the Almost 10 tonight. That makes up for my mess up there, Stein. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Brian. You guys, feel free. It's a living document, and we'll work something out to where we can vote or do whatever.
Oh yeah. Toxic Candy number 1, some more zombie Tramp books. We started a list last week now, it seems like, with zombie Tramp books being on the Almost 10.
Yeah, this one is bizarre. This one doesn't even have a publisher listed. No publisher. So this is just Dan Mendoza. Self-published.
When did this come out?
Hold on. I will tell you. This was really hard to find. I couldn't even find it on several websites that had have lists of books or whatever. Had no idea. I've never even heard of this at all.
Yeah, I'm looking at mcs.coms, and I mean, they usually have a huge inventory, close to Mile High, even better, and it's not even in there.
This came out in 2010, so I don't know when Zombie Tramp came out.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm starting to like Zombie Tramp because it's damn Almost 10.
Zombie Tramp. That came out, the first one, in 2009.
So early Zombie Tramp cover.
Yes, very, very early. But no publisher at all. So this was not part of Danger Zone or
Action Lab. Probably.
something. Anyways, a CGC 9.6 that's got Dan Mendoza's signature on, is this the one that I sent you? The
Yeah,
picture
that's the
that I
one that you
sent?
sent me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's got that signature on there. So it's got a green label because of the signature.
Horrible. Horrible. Was that guy drunk?
Yeah, I know. Um, $1,750 for this.
Wow.
Holy mackerel. Wow.
Yep.
It's a cool cover.
Yep. So, all right. Next on the list, this one's dope.
Oh, yeah.
Time Will Tell #1, the Eminem's variant. I love these because I always, on a lot of the really good covers around like the early 2000s, they had that back cover that was the M&Ms. It looked like an M&M's comic.
I was just thinking
And
that.
yeah, and if you see that in the boxes, you're always like, oh, I need to flip that and make sure check out what that is. But didn't they also do another couple variants too, if I remember correctly? Like a Green Lantern variant or something like that. Shout out to Freddie Mulholland with the 1999 super chat that says simply
Wow.
the best show, and Doc Joe with the 9.99 super chat saying thanks for putting that one on the list for me. Here's the 20 we agreed to. I like it. I like it.
Wow. Thank you, Freddie and Joe. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no kidding. Now, this is my personal opinion. I think this is selling right now because of the Eminem controversy that is out there. That they're basically not going to use them anymore. So
Wait, can you be more detailed?
they're not. So M&M's, Mars, whoever makes M&M's, basically they were going to do a purple,
Eminem.
trans M&M,
Oh,
and
fudge.
so they basically got a bunch of backlash for that, and so they basically said, you know what, we're not going to do any M&Ms anymore. We're not going to do any of the cartoon characters, because we don't want the controversy. So they're actually just having a live. I can't remember. It was somebody. Maya Rudolph is going to be their spokesman now.
Personally, I think it's kind of the world we live in now, and I don't have an issue with it. It's just I don't like, and I said this show, and I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm not going to get too political. Be real short, but the for lack of a better term, the forced woke, like they're trying too hard to put it in there. That's what I don't like. I like it when it's natural. So,
but anyways, I figured that was probably why this one was getting. This is a $66 book.
Holy cow! Shout out to the one and only Mrs. Horsecock Express for the 9.99 super chat. That's awesome.
Thank you, Horsecock.
Yeah, so somebody said this was a free book. Blood Sausage said free book, so free to $66. I don't even know what's on the inside at all.
No, not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, next. Here's another weird one. This is one of those Stein books that he sends you, and when he sends you the list, he also goes, you might have a tough time finding this one, so here's a picture of it. Voices #1 from Comic Express out of 300.
Yeah, so the copy that I saw, these are all hand numbered to 300. You can see right underneath the S and Voices, it's got /300.
Badass.
I think they're all individually numbered, and then so this is kind of like like those Dark Horse Presents or something like that, where it's got basically kind of previews of all these different characters.
Yeah.
Right. And so each one of these is signed by the creator. So like each one of the creators. Well, this one is a big deal because of the last one where it's Jeremy Bastian with the Cursed Pirate Girl first appearance.
Yeah.
So
and it has David Peterson mouse guard. So
is that who did?
That's David Peterson from Mouse Guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one's kind of a big deal for that. But the copy that sold this week he listed it as very fine, but it was probably worse. There was a bunch of spine ticks on it, like a bunch. And this is a black cover, so I don't know what the back looked like, but the front probably had 15 spine ticks on it. It was pretty bad.
Mm.
$675 for this. So
Wow.
Wow,
yeah,
dude.
just a
Wow.
cool little book for sure.
And somebody was ripping on modern book investing. Wow. Still alive. Still alive.
Yeah, I
When did
think
this come out?
I'm not sure when it came out. Again, this is one you can't go to, my comic shop and find this. You can't find it. So I'm not sure exactly when it came out, but it is the first of this Cursed Pirate Girl or whatever. But um, yeah, I think when you talk about like moderns that are tanking or whatever, I just think some of these books are they're just so hard to find that these are like those books that you can be like, look what I got, and nobody else has this.
100. Good point.
Yep. That's cool. That's cool. All right. We got another one. This one we've seen before. We've seen multiple times. This is a big book for quite a while. Last year, Excalibur. Last year, the year before, Excalibur number 18, Dodderman, 1 in
Last year.
25.
Yeah.
$350 raw book right now. Holy cow.
Yeah, and I have a funny story about this book. So I was in Rochester this week, and the day before I left, which was Tuesday. Yeah, well, I left Wednesday, but Tuesday I had a little time in the afternoon, and there's a store kind of close to my hotel, and I went to it, and I was just kind of like digging for whatever, and I happened to look in their showcase, and they had this book sitting in there, and no price on it, and I was like, ooh, I know that's a big book.
Mhm.
And I asked the guy, I was like, how much are you asking for it? He was like, oh, the owner's not here, let me look. I think it's like 200. And I'm sitting there going, I think 200 is probably a good price. And
Yeah.
then he goes, no, it's like it's 275. And I was like,
What?
okay. I was like, okay, because the price was on the back. And I was like, okay. And I passed. And this book just hardly ever comes up for sale because it's just it just doesn't come up for sale.
It's
I'm
it's
su-
it's one of the best Dodderman covers I've seen recently.
I'm surprised they didn't make all the other ones of these he did as incentives. Why did they just do this Excalibur as
They
the
muddied the
incentive?
waters. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just the other ones they could have done incentives on it, and that would have been like the most impossible set to put together. But um,
Yeah.
yeah, this one, yeah, Red 5. This one was an incentive. The other ones, which I love some of the other ones too. I think
Yeah.
are really really good too. I can't
I'm not
remember.
a fan of Dodderman covers. I don't like the
No, I'm
design.
not either. But I think this is one of his better ones with the rogue in all the different costumes.
Time periods.
Excalibur, nobody's ordering Excalibur, especially in the 18th issue. I
Right.
mean, so
Yeah. It would be cool if they were like a connecting cover, if they all connected. I wonder if there is something like that with them. Because why would he have? Anyways, I'm stoned. On to the next one. How much was this selling for? $350. That's what I said. $350.
350 raw.
All right. This next one, you can tell that Stein is always in the books in the comic stores, and he's busy doing something else, because on the almost 10 list this week we've got the Javin Jordan Illus Illuminati Hail Crow King of Hell #1 Eminem variant, and it's signed, and I couldn't find a picture of this damn book. They want to like wipe this book from the internet. I couldn't find a picture of it. I hit up Javin. I was like, hey man, shoot me a picture. It was tough. I can't believe that they basically almost wiped this book from the internet. And here it's selling.
Yes, I don't know what to buy. I honestly I don't even know. I just thought I knew this was finally live, and I know it was such a big deal when it was, when he initially posted it with the smiley face and stuff. Um, no, that's not Eminem. That's Javin Jordan. He drew
Yeah.
himself. Um, but yeah, so I knew that it was a big deal, so I wanted to head and at least put it on the almost 10 this week, so everybody would kind of know what it was selling for. Um, $65. I don't really think the signature probably adds a dime to it, to be quite honest. I don't even know if they are all signed. I don't really know how you did you have to buy this off his website? Is that how this was distributed?
I think it was I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's he does Uranium Age himself. It's his own publishing thing. He publishes it under his own publishing group or brand. So maybe he was selling it on his webpage. Chat, let us know, or if it was an exclusive, with somebody. I'm not sure. I just remember there was a hell of a lot of silly outrage on the book, in my opinion, when it came out. And
Hey, but you know who's not in that crowd?
You, me.
Me. We're not in there.
Yeah, Richie.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that was probably if he made a questionable move, it was that. But he's friends with those guys, so if if you consider somebody a friend, I get it. He spends
Hey,
a lot of time out on the road with those guys.
Hey, but if you all send it to me, I will sign it for you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? I'll even do a remark on it for you. How about that?
Yeah. That'd be funny. We should just get Javin to do a remark on one of them for us. That's got you on the head of the wrapper. You on his head. Yeah. Yeah. So he did a bunch of variants for this book. They're all over the place. There's he also did that kick-ass, one of my favorite all-time covers that I still have yet to get one yet. That variant he did for the homage to the Nirvana Nevermind album cover. Where's the baby, but he had the crossed out eyes. Hint, hint. Anybody out there that's got one? So, all right, that, you guys, is the almost 10 this week. Let's move forward onto the list. Thank you to all 172 people who are live right now. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. How many thumbs up we got? We've got 54 likes, you guys. 54 is 173, you guys. 54 likes. Let's get that to 100 ASAP, and we'll get into the list. Let's get into the Golden Age Book of the Week. If you remember last week, the Almost 10 had a killer Vladimir Putin homage on there. So we had to double it up this week and throw on the original OG as the honorable mention Golden Age book this week for the Hot 10 list.
Yeah, Daredevil Comics. Even though it says Daredevil Battles Hitler, this is technically Daredevil Comics #1, and then it just issue number 2 switched to where it says Daredevil Comics. But yeah, this one sold this week on Comic Link. It was a CGC 3.5 that was missing the centerfold, so it was incomplete. And it sold for a record $3,800, which is a lot for this book. But honestly, anytime you have people beating up Hitler, it's pretty cool. But
yeah, right.
This one is just kind of weird. Like, I'm looking at the cover and I'm like, okay, first of all, the dude on the left corner is trying to fence him. Then the second dude is shooting airplanes at him, which I don't quite understand what that's all about. And then the third dude is like punching him in the Adam's apple. And then the fourth dude is throwing a boomerang that's already come back after it dinked his chin.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's just
a weird cover, dude.
It's really weird. And then you got the Claw down there that's like narrating the whole thing. It's so strange.
Yeah. The way Hitler is designed is it almost like, at first I thought it was a pulp, but then that's a good analysis of the cover. Ben is our default local cover analysis guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree though. That Hitler does look like, it almost looks like a photo, like they took a photo and just planted it on the picture or something.
Yeah. How much did it sell for again?
For 3.5, missing the centerfold. So was that a green label or purple label?
Green label.
Green label. $3,800, which is an all-time high for this book.
I saw a Hitler book I saw for the first time this week doing the market report for Wednesday night. Check this book out. Tell me if you've ever seen this book. This book is crazy. Hold on. Not that one. I gotta find it. This book is I've never seen this book before. That book in the middle. It's got Hitler on it, and it's got
Martians,
little aliens following them.
Yeah, that's cool.
And a UFO. That's a crazy book right there, man.
Totally.
That's a crazy book. So that's going to be on my new search list. All right.
Yeah, that was $10,000 for a purple label. Are you kidding? Man, what kind of cash flow do you have?
I know, right? It wasn't even like what was it? 5.0? 5.0, right?
5.0 purple for 10 grand. Hilarious.
No one carries that Hitler hair part or stash anymore. You're right. You are correct. That man literally ruined 2 hairstyles. The only person that can wear that stash is a black person like Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan had and you're not going to say shit to him about that, but no white guy's going to wear that, and nobody's wearing that hairpiece anymore. So
unless
that's about all
Brad Pitt and Inglourious Bastards.
I was gonna say this. The hairstyle actually looks like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Like his haircut was fairly similar to that, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Where is this show going?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going on to the next book, which is a killer book, Treehouse of Horror #1.
Yeah, Treehouse of Horror #1. For anybody who's been, so the market is in such a weird state, but things that are definitely selling are Simpsons books. Simpsons books are, especially later issues and stuff, or harder to find issues. A lot of Simpsons books are selling for good money. I mean, like they used to be cover price, but now they're $15, $20, $25 books. This one is definitely no different. The Treehouse of Horror, they've been doing those. I don't remember which season of Simpsons they started that. Did they start that on season 1 or?
Well, this was the Halloween event.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, did they? So they started in 95.
95. It came out around like right before Halloween. It was 95, I think, after Labor Day.
Yeah. So there's a bunch
Third
of these
episode of the second season. Episode of the second season.
Okay, so second season. So basically, they're probably on. So that would have been like 92 ish. So they're like on 30.
When they first did the Treehouse, October 25th, 1990, bro.
90. Okay, so so they're like on 32 now on the shows, but these right here, man, they just, if you see any of them at this point for cheap, I would highly suggest buying them. I don't have any of the Treehouses of Horrors, but this one, the #1, this is very strange, especially with the COVID bump. 9/8 sales of this have consistently. There's only a few sales every single year, but since 2019, so pre-COVID, it has continued to continually go higher and higher and higher to where this one this week sold for $450 for a 9/8, which is an all-time high. So it's never gone down. It's basically continually gone up since 2019. Like I said, this is something that you probably don't think about, but
good stuff. Shout out to Sizzle Magic with the $4.99 super chat that says, appreciate you guys' work. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody out there that supports this show, supports us, comes and hangs out with us. It's why we do this for sure. So good stuff. Continue on, my good friend.
So Simpsons, Futurama, those are all good things to be looking for. And there are newsstands for maybe all of these. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but I know there are newsstands for at least some of them. So if you find newsstands, that's a big bonus. But for sure, if you see these for cover price, any of the Treehouse Horrors, get them. Yeah.
Yeah, Regis Flippers says, I agree with Stein. I've also been picking up any cheap Mega Man, Sonic, Star Comics, and other lines of cartoons.
Yeah, Tom said Bill Morrison's doing a signing at CGC soon. Yeah, so and I think the deadline, I think to send them in was today. I think it was actually the deadline was today. But again, these are books that just are just they're not that easy to find, really. Once you, other than the outside the first 20 issues of regular Simpsons comics, once you get past that, the print runs just dropped a bunch, and they're not easy to find. So, yeah. Anyway,
Good stuff. You know what would be a good homage to this would be? Here you go. I'm gonna throw out some real good juicy free cornbread out there for you guys. Do a close-up of Homer. Just do that Homer image, put that on there, sell that. That'd be a good image. I love that image of Homer with the skeleton like that. That'd be a great sticker too. That's a good image.
it is a good image. Good
On to the
call,
next
good
one.
call.
On to number 10. Ronin, Last Ronin. First of all, chat, I want to know if you guys read this and what you guys thought about it and what you guys think of where it's going. This was such a big deal when Last Ronin came out. So, but starting off, this one, The Lost Years #1 by Mike Deodato, the 1 in 100 variant.
Yeah, this one's selling for just above 100, like 100 to 110, which is not, I mean, for the volume, I bet the volume of these is high because it was for regular Last Ronin. And this is, from what I can tell from going into stores and stuff, the Last Ronin was a pretty good sell for these stores. So I'm sure they're just going to continue with whatever this Lost Years spinoff of it is. But yeah, I mean, I still didn't. I actually never read Last Ronin, so I'm a little lost on what it's actually, if it was even any good to read.
It was so great speculating on what was going to happen and who the turtle was going to be. And I'll be honest, I think they messed up who they chose to be the turtle. I thought, I thought it would have been cooler if they would have gone the route like where they kind of foreshadowed it going with that Christmas issue that they did. Remember that back in the day? And that would have been cool.
Was it the Michelangelo one?
Yeah, the Michelangelo Christmas issue. And that would have been a cool one, man.
Oh,
maybe it wasn't a Christmas issue.
Edwin says you put the picture of the 1 in 50.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, see, I didn't even look. I didn't even pay attention. I just saw. Oh, what was it? Ronin.
It's a great night.
Lost.
Hold on, I got it.
I know issue 1 had like who do we have on MCM last week besides the brothers, Brian? What's their name?
Okay.
Two Brothers.
Two Brothers. Shout out to Two Brothers. They did a really good video. If you want to go in their archives on their YouTube channel, I highly suggest subscribing to their channel. They're good dudes, but and real high quality. But they, before this book came out, like a week before it came out, they were all over it, and I believe it was the highest ordered book by IDW, right?
Yeah.
This version is so much better than the black and white because of the ghosts. You can't see that in the black and white at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that's badass. That's really badass. That's better than the Aaron Bartling that did the original, the OG? Right?
Oh, the one that got really expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Was that
the Hive book? Was that a Hive book?
Was that Bartling? Oh wow,
yes.
Good for him.
Staniak, I think, did Hive books. I can't remember.
I can't.
I could be wrong. Chat, let me know. Let us know. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's gorgeous. I'm glad you guys corrected me. That is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, it wasn't you guys. It was who was it? Edwin and Gary. and Joe.
I
They
know.
were all right. They were all right on it.
Did I miss it? Was that a one per store or a one in
One in
50?
a 100.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
beautiful. All right, next at number 9. This one's actually pretty badass. This is a Daredevil number 1, the John Romita Senior variant, 150 right here, 2011.
Yeah, from 2011. Yeah, this one looks pretty
I forgot
difficult to
about this.
find. Yeah. So basically, the price went from $65 this week to $250. And now there's like none. You can't. Now you can't even find it. So it just kind of like went from 65 to 250, and now it's gone. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people hate variants. I know a lot of people hate how there's variants on this list. But in this in this day and age, these are the books that jump in value. And because once one person finds it and they can't find it again, and if you get just a few people, um, everybody can find, cover A of whatever, or, Secret Wars 8 or something like that. You can find that anytime, any place you want. You can go to every comic store almost in America and find some of those books. These type of books you cannot find. And so when you can't find them, the price can seriously jump. And so again, for all the people that hate variants, I'm sorry. That's just that's just the way it is. If you don't want to change and you want to still live in, bronze and copper age, that's your prerogative. But these are the books that jump in value. So
yeah, and on top of that, Neil Adams did a really nice 1 in 75 for this book, which is also really tough to find. And you have a really nice not a really nice, but like a C- character, Kirsten McDuffie, first appearance. Just to give you some background, she's the assistant DA, and in the comics, I think she hooks up with Murdoch. And there was rumors around Christmas that the casting for the Daredevil Born Again of Sandrine Holt, I think her name was, and they're saying that there could be a potential love interest in the show. So people ran to this book to speculate.
cool. See, I love when Richie jumps in with real information.
Boom. Shout out to Mighty Mel V. Mel, you want a link? You want to jump on for old time's sakes? Where you at, brother?
Where you at, Mel?
He's too busy selling comics. That man is a selling machine. They were selling on YouTube, IG, all over the place. All right. This next one is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if it's as beautiful as the one coming out this upcoming week, but this one at number 8 is gorgeous. Her neck's a little weird. The neck's a little long, but it's a good Nakayama, right? I mean, it's nothing terrible. Nothing terrible. Nothing to laugh at. That's why it's on the list this week. Action Comics number 1051. That's so crazy to say that. David Nakayama variant.
Yeah, so this one's just like I think that this was probably open to order or something like that. Yeah, I don't think this was anything difficult or anything. And it's not selling for huge amounts. I mean, it's a $6 cover price. It's selling for like $10. So it's not like it's selling for crazy amounts. But there have been a ton of sales on this. Yeah, I actually, if you kind of just blank out the face, like you would actually think it would be Frank Cho, because the bottom looks like Frank Cho to me. But
the neck's a little long and that head's a little small, but everything else is spot on.
Yeah, I like how he did her legs, like the cuts and stuff. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
good cover.
I still think Power Girl is super underutilized.
I agree.
For DC.
Dude, her first appearances sell for so cheap. It is one of the most underrated first appearance in the game, and they sell for so cheap.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah, so we couldn't. The highest selling book of this Action Comics 1051 is actually the Warren Lau, but it is not technically in people's hands yet. So that's why it's not on the list, because it was. I think he lives in South Africa, and so it's probably why it's not live yet. But that one's basically kind of pre-selling for like well over 100 for that book. So,
And for those of you guys that haven't seen that book, I'm going to show you how amazing that book is.
yeah. So Gary said that there's a foil version of this, but I don't think it's. I've not seen. I saw none of that Nakayama that was foil. Now, whether or not they just didn't come out with it yet or not, but it's not. I haven't seen it. I did not see anything live.
That is freaking amazing. That is one of the best Warren Lau books covers I've seen. It's good. It's very good. So
See,
that's next week, though.
Honestly, the punchline that he came out with this week is better than this.
Well, let's take a look at that. We can't not do that.
Which that's my personal opinion. I actually think the punchline looks better. I think her the punchline.
Ooh, is it this one right here or this
Yep.
one?
No,
this
it's the
one.
one on.
Come on, what's going on here? Are you kidding me? Hey, websites out there, don't do that. I will never buy from. Who is this? Because of that, I will never buy from them. All right, let's just do this. That was so dumb.
Mel, check your Google chat.
All right.
See, I think that looks better than. I think her face looks more natural. And
yeah, I agree. That's really good too. Jesus.
Yeah, she looks good right
there. Yeah, that's excellent. That's great job. All right, that's number 8. That be number 8.
You know what I like about this before you go real quick, Brian? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You know, you're good, brother.
Usually the barcode ruins it, but it actually works.
Yeah, I agree. Great point. Great point.
So,
yeah, I think it's because they kind of opposite it off with the trade, where they have the trade, so it kind of plays off of that. Anyways, next at number 7. This is an interesting one this week. Marvel Comics presents number 6, the second print 1 in 25, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Richie sent this one to me, so credit to Richie for helping me out on this one, because I missed this one, but this had been only like a $75 book, and now it is $100 and a quarter, so it's basically jumped quite a bit. I know this was a big deal. What, like
2019.
3? Okay, so 4. Gosh, man.
I know.
That was pre-pandemic. Golly. Whew. Yeah, so it's been a while since this was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got that first cover of the Wolverine's 50th child, Rian. Her, there's a lot. There was the normal speculator cameo versus first, but I'll narrow it down for you. Marvel Comics presents number 1, volume 3, 2019. Actually came out, I think Ben was right. The series started in 2018, but then this book came out in the summer of right before summer. And then she was talking in Marvel Comics Presents 1. She's like the narrator. And then in Marvel Comics Presents 5, she shows up, but you don't really know like what she is or capable, because she's wearing like a white dress. 6 is where she uses her magic and her claws. She kicks ass. It's a full-blown appearance, full introduction. And copies ordered by retailers to the tune of under 16K. I know a lot of people think it's about 13. I always add about 3,000 just to be safe, give or take 3,000, I always say. But yeah, and this character was hot. And I mean, even the cover A's of 5 and 6, the sets, I remember they were selling from the week of release all the way through maybe a month, maybe a month and a half, for like $100. I mean, and then this book came out and people just went crazy. There's just not a lot of these out there, because the second print book, you had to order 25 copies, didn't have her on the cover. It had like Ghost Rider and stuff like that. So people were just like, man, I'll wait for the third print because she's on the cover of the third print. So this is an interesting one. If you can find it, I highly suggest trying to grab it for a deal. I mean, I think 100's a little, 125 is a little steep right now with the market, but I like this book long term.
Yeah, that's
She
dope.
looks good on the cover. Wolverine looks goofy,
Terrible.
but
Yeah,
she looks good.
Yeah, definitely. Is that Neil? Who's the artist on this?
Paolo Sacchero.
Oh, okay.
He usually has great stuff, but
Interior art
everybody has
reviews.
their moments. You know, some
Yeah.
people have feet. Some people just can't draw anymore because it all looks like kick-ass. But
Oh my god.
all right, at number 6, for sure one of these is going to show up this week because everybody's talking about it still. One of the few comic movie properties that is still gaining in momentum after it has come out. That's kind of rare. And at number 6 this week, The Last of Us, number 4 on the list. Last of Us American Dreams, number 4 on the list. Yep, this one's selling pretty heavy. Anything Last of Us is selling pretty heavy.
Yeah, so like number 1, 2, and 3 are very steady. I mean, number 1 is hyper expensive. I mean, it's it's $1,100 9/8, so it's expensive. But this one, and I don't know what the print run, but usually by the time issue 4, even though it was only just a four issue miniseries, usually the fourth is going to be a much lower print run. So this one actually had some room to move. Raws this week went from around 20 to 30 up to 50 to 70. A 9/6 sold for 150. This show was. Have you guys watched the first 2 episodes?
Oh, I've watched them. I've watched them probably like 5 times each. So
Yeah,
I'm playing the video game too. So it's like,
yeah. So I mean, the show is great. It's I didn't play the game. Now Richie's gonna make me. I did hear that the creator of the game is not like super. He's not like he. I don't think he's gonna do a third. Because he kind of just wants, basically the story to finish. So I don't know how many. I know they just renewed season 2, like today, maybe.
yeah, this week for definitely. Yeah, the last couple days.
Yeah. So, but I don't know how many seasons they can squeeze out of this before they have to do like a spin-off. But yeah, it's a very cool show. I know as a dad, that first episode was rough for me. A dad of
What do you think
girls.
about?
Oh yeah, man.
That was rough.
What do you think about the ash can for number 1?
Is that the Oh, wait, okay. Because I saw the retailer. What is that? A 1 per store, or is that an ash can? The $299.95 up there.
That's the game edition, right?
Oh, okay. Man, these things are going crazy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
You-
Joe W said Naughty Dog wants to move on from making Uncharted and Last of Us games. It'd be tough. It'd be tough to completely. I mean, if you're making a lot of money, that'd be really hard to just walk away, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I can understand it though. They get tired of making the same thing over and over.
Yeah, but I mean, they've only done 2. I mean,
yeah, that's great. World of Warcraft's been going on for 20 freaking years. It feels like.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like. I mean, but look at these are all these sales just within the last 5 days. I mean,
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Look at that. There's the ash.
There it is. Nice, Brian.
Yeah, Sean was talking about this the other night. This is an intriguing little book right there, man. Nice. There's somebody that was selling it in the with the game the game and everything that it came with. So I love that stuff. That's pretty wicked right there. Holy cow.
And for anybody who didn't know, my last Stein packs, one of the right there that the game version, I had a 9/8 that went to who'd that go to? I can't remember who it went to.
Phil or Josh?
No. It went to, who would that go to?
Andy tried trading for it, right?
And Andy ended up trading for it. Whoever got it ended up working out a deal with Andy, Comic Man Andy, and Andy was able, because he wanted that book badly.
Hell yeah, I love Comic Man Andy. Sub his channel.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Yeah. Comic News Weekly is going to be moving over to Comic Man Andy's channel starting in February. Next week is going to be the final Comic News Weekly on Simple Man's channel. So make sure you guys stop by and say hello. So that's kind of a bummer. Simple Man's going to be winding down. He's not really be doing much of anything until he catches that spark again. So make sure you guys stop by Tuesday night for that final episode.
And did you see it was Fat Mamba who won that Last of Us from me?
Nice.
So,
that's cool as hell, man.
Yeah, I'm super glad that you were able to work something out with, because he really wanted that book. So, I love seeing that. So that worked out well for you.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's real good stuff. All right, so The Last of Us on a tear. I love it. Next on the list at number 5, Sex Criminals, number 1. This is a crazy series, man. They did some weird, crazy stuff in the series and some rare, weird books that they did. What's going on? Did this get optioned or something? Or
it did.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime picked this thing up. I guess they worked out a deal with Fraction and Sue DeConnick. Kelly Sue DeConnick. Gosh, yeah. Man, apparently I'm with Bryan on the anyways.
And sneaking edibles.
Yes. And they work out a deal with that and with our number 3 book, which we haven't got to, but yeah, so to be quite honest, this is gonna, like, when I think of like how insane The Boys show is, to do this as a show seems even more insane. Like, the whole concept is just bizarre. So
yeah,
basically raw copies went from $10 to $20. I didn't see really any like graded sales but basically this was a, kind of like I said, it went from a $10 to $20 book.
Mm-hmm. I've always thought this book was a good buy, with Zdarsky and Fraction teaming up. Plus, Fraction was just getting out of that at this point almost iconic for modern age Hawkeye series back in 2013, and I'm glad it's doing well.
This might be like one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah, that Brimception.
Yeah.
So that's his kids, right?
It says here, the creators had a little fun with the 4th print and the 5th print, actually noted as the 2nd print of the 4th print, and had a photo cover of themselves on the cover holding the 1st print. This led to a couple of Brimpers to photograph themselves with the 2nd print of the 4th print, which in turn led Matt and Chip to photograph themselves with their photograph, and the Brimpers returned with a photo of that photo, which made it onto a special Brimpception variant of the Sex Criminals number 6. That is so cool, bro. They also did something really weird. You remember where they had the bagged issues and they drew little sketches, and they were like porn scene sketches, right? And they were like stick figures and really terrible.
And they were really hard to find. The sports card guy in me, I bought one of those and got one of those with the sketches on it.
They are rare.
But it was so weird to me that I took it to a store like immediately and was like, "Look, you want to trade for this, because I really don't want this book. Like, I don't even know why I bought it."
I got one, dude.
It was so weird that I was like, I gotta get this out of my house.
I think Drew sent me one, and I opened it up, and it's like a guy, like, I don't know if he's hanging on a chandelier getting ready to jump, or if he's just jumping, and it's a little stick figure of a guy, another stick figure on the bottom, and it's like porn scenes in their little stick figures. You're like, what is going on here, dude?
So weird.
Yeah.
Book
They
on the
do some
cover
weird
is in
stuff.
Braille. What?
What?
What? Book on the cover.
The book on the cover was in Braille.
Is one of his kids blind?
Oh, the book on the cover is in Braille. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Anyways.
Love that site.
Yeah, Recalled Comics, one of the best sites in the world. But that's interesting. It's going to be really weird to see how they pull this off.
That as a show is just weird, or would be weird, right?
Yeah. Well, we've got another interesting thing, comic on the list this week that kind of reminds me of that, but we'll talk about that in a bit. At number 4, nostalgia, old school wins all the time. Who doesn't like a little biker mice from Mars in comic book form? Issue number 1. That's actually a pretty dope cover, to be honest.
It's a cool cover. I mean, I like how it says TV's hit new show. I don't even remember this show, like, at all. How do I not remember?
You don't remember the show? I remember this show, dude.
No,
I remember it. Nah, I'm a little younger than you.
I mean, I don't remember this at all. But raw copies went from 10 to like 25 to $30 because I guess comicbook.com reported that the property's being redeveloped or something like that.
The toys are coming out again as well.
It just seems really strange. That seems like an odd property to reboot, but oh well.
Back then, they were just throwing anything at the wall, and if it stuck, they just rode with it because it was so easy to make money off of toys.
Oh yeah, and they're going to go and do an animated series. That's what they're working on right now. So.
I wonder what those toys like. Hold on, let me look that up. Toys probably sell for a grip of money on eBay, also, right?
I would imagine. I mean, like Ben was saying. New ownership of the IP announced plans to reboot the toy line, and in development is the animated series.
Yeah, even the toys sell for a bunch.
It's so weird.
Jesus.
Right? So 93. So I was in college, so that's probably why I don't remember this. I mean, I literally don't even remember this at all.
Brian bookmarked those and add them to your market report.
Exactly.
Brian has a really good market report. I haven't been watching Wednesdays, but when he does it on Saturdays, and when we were doing on Flip Side on Mondays, it's the best.
Yeah, this is crazy, dude. Look at that, $395. That's $300. So people getting that nostalgia in their head, man, and they're heading after it. That's for sure, man. Very interesting. How much did you say the comic was selling for?
What did I say? Oh, 25 to 30 now.
Right. Yeah, it was like $1, $2 $5 book, right?
I'm sure it probably was not. Yeah, basically I saw like $10.
And then tons of copies flew off of secondary this week, I noticed.
Some of those weird animation books hold their value, right? Like Care Bears #1 in CGC sells for high grade CGC sells for a ridiculous amount of money. A lot of those, early Star books hold their money, but do you think that this is going to hold its money in a year? You think it's going to be at the same price?
I have a hard time believing that.
Sell this book.
I mean, if you have a high grade newsstand, I mean, if you want to press it and hang on to it until the animated series comes out in the toys, that's.
I mean, think of like the other books that have held they've had like Earthworm Jim or something like that. Those have like a cult following. I don't really know anybody that's like a big follower of Biker Mice from Mars.
Well, McClay is.
Well, McClay's weird, so.
Yeah, I am.
No, he's not weird. He's just high.
Yeah, about that too. All right, next on the list, that number 3, that book I was talking about, that similar optioning news, right? Bitch Planet. Has Bitch Planet been optioned too?
Yep.
This was when this came out. We all knew that it was going to be. It was made to be optioned.
Um, yes, but that was 2016. So
Uh-huh.
like it's weird when I went back and looked through. Okay, so Raws are basically selling for like 15 to 20. 9/8 are $85. Okay, that sounds like it's really low. Like you're like, oh, well, it had to have been selling for more than that. Oh no, this thing basically was 9/8. You could just like back in November were like $25 for 9/8 graded, like cheaper than grading. There, this thing had basically been dead since 2016. I mean, it, like the sales were terrible since, I mean, for the last 7 years on this thing. And I'm sure there's probably a bunch of people that probably have a bunch of these copies. We're all sitting around somewhere and are like, finally something. But I mean, they basically, nobody was buying these for the past half decade.
That's so crazy, man. Some good advice that people already do, but it doesn't sound like they do it enough. Just put CGC 98 as a search in your saved searches and set it up for lower than, $40 and just start picking them off. You can pick up books like this that are safe bets for $25, CGC 9.8. What are we doing? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
it costs you at the cheapest service. It's what, $18 a book plus
Yeah.
shipping there and back. I mean, it costs you more than 25. I saw, what was it? What was it that I saw? There was a bunch of books in one specific title. 9/8 were selling for like $12 this week. $12. Now I missed them all, but I'm thinking, gosh, I think I would have bought them for $12. Like
I haven't read this. Is this like kind of like Glow? Or
it's basically they're taking all the women off of the planet and sending them to another planet, all the women criminals or something like that. And so they're basically all this other planet is just all these crazy women or something like that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. What was I just gonna say? Here, I'll give you a quick rundown of it.
Yeah, James Kreider
Uh,
said basically orange is the new black in space.
yeah, 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 you got it. So the thing that I was gonna say is CGC has also got a super fast turnaround time right now. Andy said Comic Man Andy said he had a 3-day turnaround time. What's your turnaround times been like?
Actually, I just got a order. It was, I think, door to door. They went from uh, Chungy Comics pressed them for me, and they went from his door to my door in a week, in 7 days, 7 calendar days. So received, graded, sent to me in 7 calendar, and back to me in 7 calendar days. And that was a 25 pre-screen. That was a pre-screen, not fast track. So there was no
Okay.
fast track cost. Yeah, so basically like 3 days, maybe even two. Actually, now that I think about it, it was probably 2 business days.
what'd you set the pre-screen at? 9.4, 9.2,
9/8.
9.4, 9.8? Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, 24 out of 25. If you haven't watched that video, that is up on my channel. So
Yeah.
24 out of 25 9/8. Yep. So you can go watch that.
I heard
Yeah.
PSA's killing it right now in turn time too. Ben, what's up with that?
PSA, I just me and Aaron Yee sent an order in on their December special. So it's $15 a card, which is supposed, their specials are always supposed to be their slowest service. So we were expecting them back because it was given like, it said like 90 to 120 business days. So we were thinking, it's probably going to come back like March, April, something like that. They received them December 27th and they shipped them out January the 13th or something like that. So like 3 weeks.
I'm
And that was on
sending
the
in
cheap service.
what is the limit you could send in? Is
Usually
there a
it's
limit?
minimum 20 on their specials or something like that.
All right. I'm gonna send in a huge order before spring training because I got some baseball cards I gotta sell, man. Like if you're gonna sell your baseball cards, spring training is the time. So look out for those Julios.
Yeah, to be honest, at this point I'm actually grading more now. Like I'm I'm gonna be home for a few days. I'm gonna get another order and submit them. This is the
We should
perfect time to submit because nobody has money to submit. So
we should jump on a show together and all get our stuff together, start looking at our stuff and have a show of it. Showing us getting our cards ready, picking the cards we want, showing kind of like doing a quick regrade on them, that
we
type
can
of thing.
definitely do that. Yeah, yeah, because that's the thing is he sent me 40 cards, and I basically kind of told him what I thought that they would get, and honestly, I was pretty close. Not to be weird, not to be like pat myself on the back, but I was pretty close on almost every one of his cards, which is hard to do with PSA, but
Right.
it's hard
I
to
know
do with
Richie's got
CGC
a ton of
sometimes
stuff
too.
Yeah, Richie. I know Richie. You got a ton of stuff too, right?
Dude, I'm
You
like,
graded.
I gotta stop. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous. I mean, did you guys know the Super Bowl's in Arizona this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah,
if Cincinnati
Nate's
goes,
coming out.
let's go, bro. Where you at, Trial by Gods?
Yeah, he's
Man,
coming out.
If this happens, oh my gosh,
Are you gonna come out? You gonna come out, Ben?
Dude, I just heard on the radio yesterday. They said
I'll buy a ticket.
cheapest tickets are 3,800 for
What?
the cheapest.
Oh my
3,800 to $6,000 are the cheap tickets.
I'm gonna
And
see
I
a
just
scalper on that shit.
I can't. I just can't. I'm sitting there going, man, I don't think I could spend $3,800 on a 3-hour football game.
Yeah, you
$3,800. I could play 4 rounds at Pebble Beach for that.
Dude, we could play golf. Dude, Brian, how good are the golf courses out by your house?
I don't know. I don't golf.
I know, but I mean, haven't you heard? You live close to Scottsdale, right?
I grew up on a golf course out here, man.
So nice. Let's go, Ben.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. We used to go and steal they used to have night golf, and we would run out and steal the glow in the dark golf balls, and all the guys would be drinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we would take those glow in the dark golf balls and shoot them at them with water balloon launchers, and it's nighttime. They don't know where we're at, and we were terrible on the golf course growing up on one, man. Anyways,
where do they play the Phoenix Open at?
Scottsdale.
Yeah. PPC Scottsdale.
They Kelly Sue DeConnick signed a bunch of these for Midtown. I love how Midtown back in the day with image number ones would do that thing where they would sign a bunch of them and you could get them for super cheap.
They'd sell them for cover price.
Amazing. Well, let me tell you guys, number 2 on the list is one of the best covers. This could be cover of the year already. The beginning of January, you guys. So beautiful. It is a 1 in 100, but there you can get the trade dress. It is an open order, but both of them are beautiful. At number 2 this week, the Art Germ Emma Frost Virgin variant. This for Sins of Sinister number 1. This is just fan-freaking-tastic, man.
Yeah, and I've been, for anybody who knows, I used to collect all Art Germ covers, like all of them, which is how I ended up getting a free sketch, from him that he did live on Facebook and then signed it to me. So that's how I got that. So I was a huge Art Germ fan, but then all the covers started looking the same, and I didn't think that a lot of them were that great. This one is really, really nice for what he has been doing. So I probably will not spend what people are spending on this. They're spending 150 to 180 on this one. I'd probably just get the trade dress for $4.
Yeah, me too. I would wait, but don't get me wrong. I want one of these. These are beautiful, gorgeous.
Yeah,
and there's going to be a ton of them out there because people probably went heavy on Sins of Sinister.
So, did they buy a bunch of those?
Oh yeah. With X-Men 97 coming out and Sinister's supposed to be like that.
That's true.
He's got a following. So, and then this week you got the Bloodline, the Blade Daughter on Wednesday comes out, and there's some really cool variants. I bet you one of those will be on here too.
There's a ton of exclusives for it also. So
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. That is the game these days. But it's gorgeous, and the trade dress is just as good. But this one's just maybe just a tad better. just a tad.
Yeah.
So, but I'd be on the lookout for it. I see a couple people saying they saw it in their local shops. 175.
Yeah, I mean that's I mean, at least they're not gouging. I mean, that's about what they're selling for. So it's not the worst thing out there, but this one is definitely done well. I still, if you've ever seen Art Germ do a charcoal drawing, um, it's so much better than this, and I have no idea why nobody has commissioned him to do a charcoal for a cover. Like all these other Art Germ covers are out there, all these exclusives, all that stuff. Nobody has ever commissioned him to do a freaking charcoal. Why? His charcoals, if you go to his, I might be on his Instagram, his charcoals are unbelievable. They're so much better than this. And nobody's done it. I don't understand. Makes no sense to me.
Keep an eye open now. There you go. Extra cornbread on the show. So, all right, you guys, getting ready to hit number one. We have 86 likes. We had over 200 people in here tonight. Get those likes up, you guys. Really help us out. Appreciate you guys that hang out with us till the end. Let's get it to number one of the week. We've got Star Wars: The High Republic coming in at number one, you guys. This is beautiful. High Republic, the Blade, number two. The 1 in 25 Miko Suyon variant. I like this. I like all three covers. I like the Lopez variant. The main cover was decent. But man, the Lopez variant and the Suyon variant were gorgeous this week.
Yes. Richie, you can probably tell me who all these first appearances are, because all I see is first appearances in like sales, but I have no idea who any of these Star Wars characters are. Or Brian probably knows it.
Brian probably knows them better than me. Rec 5 Comics definitely knows.
Vias is one of them, is the name. There is Tozen, Colvin, Celine, Sevens, and Renata, I guess, are the names. So
what's up with Green Hellboy there on the cover?
That's a great question, bro. I don't know. You tell me. Chat.
I mean,
well, have you seen the Lopez variant, bro?
No.
So that character is Porter Angle. That's the character in that, also known as Blade of Bardota. He's like a Jedi master. He's also a cook. So
nice.
Yeah. But yeah, there you got to see this then. If you guys haven't seen the Lopez variant for this one's pretty good too. Let me go ahead and pull this up.
I think the moon's cool. I think the saber's cool, but I don't know about the rest.
Is that the B cover?
This is the
cool.
Yeah.
Weird looking dude, creepy as shit.
Yeah. No, not bad. And then the A cover is
well, that's a crazy lightsaber. It looks like a sword.
Right. That's the only thing I really don't like, man. I'll be honest. I don't like how they're like almost pirates, and like I don't like how they have like the history look of Earth. You know what I mean? That's
Kinda,
a little.
Yeah.
I guess that's a little too much to kind of cry about, but I don't like that. That's why I love the High Republic Adventures stuff more. It just looks better to me. But anyways, this is the A cover. So
you can still pick up the A and B covers for fairly cheap. This 1 in 25 is selling for like 75 to 80 or maybe even higher now.
Mm-hmm.
But you could probably pick up the A and B covers probably for less than $10. So
is he a villain, Brian?
I don't think so. I think he's a Jedi Master, and that's like a Padawan, isn't it? That new chick is a Padawan.
Like Padawan. Yeah.
So
very cool.
So no, she's a Jedi Master too.
Oh,
she's
wow.
a sister. Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, Ben got me to buy the fucking Star Wars Legos. I can't stop playing that game.
Yeah. I like Star Wars Legos, man. I want to get into that big time. Actually, I want to start streaming that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Put away 2 hours. I was contemplating trying to put like 2 hours a week or every couple days to streaming some video game, just to get my head, give my head a place to fuck around. and it was either going to be WoW or Jedi Legos. That Jedi Lego stuff is fun. So
I want to get the VR for the PlayStation. It comes out in February. Have you seen it? It's supposed to be crazy insane.
No.
Yeah. Anyways.
Cool stuff. All right. That, you guys, is the Hot 10 list this week. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys are subbing up. Go check out Stein's recent video where he did some unboxing with Yi. It was a great show. It was fun to watch. I love watching those PSA unboxings, and be on the lookout soon for more PSA card content from us. We got to figure out a way to get on here and get some cards sent out, because right now is the time. That's for sure. A time for doing that, and comics. Let's start sending out more comics. If you can get them around, turn around in 3 to 12 days. Holy cow.
Shit.
Yeah. Hey, and if you're not subbed up to my Twitter, jump on there. I'm going to I am going to give away. I'm going to do a giveaway only on Twitter, so you have to be on Twitter to know about that giveaway, and you will not want to miss that.
I can't even imagine Ben on Twitter. He's too nice. He's too good of a dude. That's a cesspool of the internet.
So like AOA sent me a message and said, "Hey, you need to just put more, like, just pictures of comics and cards or whatever." So that's all I've been doing here recently. I try really hard not to get hooked into any of the political stuff if I can avoid it, or if I do get anything, if I do say anything political, it's usually where I basically bash both sides, because I can't stand both sides. So I usually just go with that. But yeah, so if you're on Twitter, right there, the House of Stein, and like I said, I'm gonna give something away. Probably this week, maybe next week, but you won't know unless you're on there. So
also, you guys, if you want to start using the Discord to call in on Beyond Wednesdays, you guys can start calling in on Saturday nights. So the Discord link I dropped in the live chat. You guys can also find Discord links in the descriptions. Come hang out. There are call-in rooms in the Discord, so that's going to be where you're going to be able to call in. So make sure you sign up. We'll see you over there. Rich, you got anything coming up, brother?
Let's see. Yeah, I got a bunch. My dad had that heart attack, so I just kind of blew everything out. And my exams scheduled for February 6th, and I've been literally crashing the cram course and the books. I've been really agitated, and I apologize to anybody that I seem distant or I seem like I'm in a bad mood. It's just I'm just grumpy right now. But I wanted to mention this. We did a giveaway for the 600 subscribers on Brian's channel. It'll be on Wednesdays, Modern Comic Mayhem, and I believe Cosmic Guy won it. I'm not really sure. I can't really remember because all this stuff's happened, but please get a hold of me at DM on IG or Google Chat or wherever, so I can get the correct address, because I couldn't find it. I was trying to send everything out. And then on top of that, I'm talking to a few people about doing a live stream, getting back into that, so we can do like a little FLC new comic book day. I like to do it right before our show on Friday, because then it kind of just mentally prepares me and us backstage to see, kind of get us as a bird eye view, and then we can see Ben's list and see where I'm at. So we're talking about that right now. We have a lot of good stuff planned for 2023, so just hang in there. It's coming. I just got a lot going on. I promise I'm going to keep my word. We're going to have a good year.
Awesome. Sweet. All right, you guys, sub up. Check out all the links below. We'll see you soon. Adios.
See you.